I would have liked to see Gunna drop 10 songs here, 12 songs here.
But the reason he dropped 20 is because people are actually going to listen to it.
know
He's
he
going
did.
on tour.
No,
He's going to get the listens. Like,
I know why he did it.
you're essentially trying to win them over for your next project.
In 2024, if Future and Gunna drop, I'm listening to Gunna over Future. And maybe I'm crazy for that.
My top 5 would go against anybody's top 5.
Zachary only listens to melodic rap. So when he says top 5, he's talking about top 5 melodic rappers.
Welcome to the Real Oshow. I'm Zachary.
And I'm Joshua. And we're brothers chasing the curiosities of our life.
And on this show, we'll deep dive the most influential people, music, and topics going on in the world.
And today we're talking about Gunna's latest album, One of One.
I gotta stack out this gold. I tell you I'm on the road. About to get all this dough. Me and no fuck niggas know. I swear to God we the ghosts. This ain't the story they told. Man, if you know, then you know. I never had to tell my dogs that we on rough for breaks. They paper getters, they want money.
Welcome to the show. If you clicked on this video, you want to hear our review on the new Gunna project, One of One, or One of One, you might say, which is a 20-song project. And I just want to just clear the air before people click off of this video. Gunna is top 5 in the game right now. I don't even want to argue it. I don't want to debate it. He is top 5 in the game right now. His last 3 projects, obviously 1 before prison, now 2 after prison. Listen, he got better in jail. Plain and simple.
I mean, I think that Gunna is like most artists, bro. He's evolving as an artist, and you're kind of seeing that. And you know, the guy he kind of came into the game with, Lil Baby, we were kind of talking about it earlier. Lil Baby is kind of plateaued a little bit, where it's like everyone just sees his stuff. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But when he dropped, like when Gunna got out of prison and literally dropped like "Fuck You Mean" and that album, holy shit,
Which took over the year.
took over, and no one cared that he went to prison, and everyone like the narrative came out that he was a rat, which I don't think that is the case.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that he honestly was just wrapped up in something that was already ongoing.
Yeah.
120 people are testifying on Young Thug's trial, so if Gunna was a rat, he would definitely be talking on that trial.
I mean, that's also the thing with a RICO trial is like you talk to this person once and that person was doing something. They get everybody.
They're trying to get everyone, right? They're trying
Yeah.
to get, they jail a bunch of your people to try to get them to rat
on the one person they actually want.
And I knew off the rip that Gunna was like one of those guys where he was an innocent guy, because you like look at Gunna and you're like, he just seems like a nice guy. Like genuinely looks like a nice dude. But I thought the album was great. I listened to it about 3-4 times front to back. Gunna is an absolute hit maker. I like that he sounded a lot different on this album. Like you might actually think that he had a lot of features. I think he only had like 2 features, maybe 3 features on this,
Yeah.
and like Offset being the biggest of the features. I thought he did a good job. I thought there was times where I was like, oh shit, is that Young Thug? Like
Yeah.
there was a couple times I'm like, damn, is that Thug on that? And
I mean,
no.
it might have. It could have been.
It could have
Maybe.
been. It could have been. I didn't look at the credits, but at times he's being experimental, and I think that's what Young Thug did, and I think that's what made Young Thug so great. And again, you're gonna have some bad albums experimenting, but you're also gonna have some great albums experimenting.
Joshua, you know where I'm coming from with this, but if you've never heard me talk about music before or you're just new to the show, I really love to see the first song on the project and the last song on the project and how it comes together. But Gunna, off the last 3 projects, I pay attention to the second song and the last song. So I've almost bumped away from the intro, but the second song, because as you listen to these projects, and at least maybe this is like new, the intro is always a little slower, and then the second one is like what grabs you. And One of One, the second project, obviously the name of the album, and the very last song, what was that? Time Reveals, Be Careful What You Wish For. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. And obviously those are probably my top 2 songs. And then On One Tonight, I think we have mutual with that, what we talked about when we first listened to it. And then $$, $$. Absolute hits.
Yeah, I agree. I love the $$. I also liked the Clear My Rain with Leon Bridges. I thought Leon had a great feature on that. And obviously On One Tonight, I loved that song. It's probably my favorite song off the album right now. Man, I will say the first 8 songs are like the mainstream radio. These are for the industry. These were for him. I like the backside of the album. I always say that. I always say that because I think it's more for the artist. This is a heavy album. Personally, I would have liked to see Gunna drop 10 songs here, 12 songs here, and just gave us like pure.
But the reason he dropped 20 is because people are actually going to listen to it. He's going on tour. He's going to get the listens. Like
I know why he did it.
But when you're a top 5 artist, you can drop 20 songs and people are going to listen.
But no, I think that all artists are dropping a lot more songs now because they know it's a numbers game. If you can get a lot of people to it's the same reason for us, right? Like, we're dropping more frequently, therefore you get more views, you get more watches. Same thing with music. You drop a lot, people will listen a lot, and that's just how it is.
You also give more chances to hit some home runs as
no,
well.
you definitely get more chances to hit some home runs, and you don't know what's going to hit, and you don't know what's going to flop. But for the most part, I mean, there's not a lot of misses. There's not a lot of misses on this, for sure.
No, I thought he did a great job, and I just want to go back to the point. He's for sure top 5, but I actually want to transition now into the album cover.
I will say, though, before Zachary does that, I want to say that Zachary only listens to melodic rap. So when he says top 5, he's talking about top 5 melodic rappers. I just want to clarify that for the audience, because Zachary only listens to a corner of his music. So when he says top 5, he's talking about top 5 melodic rappers.
But my top 5 would go against anybody's top 5.
In your opinion, I would probably sit with a lot of your top 5, but I'm saying that other people that don't just listen to melodic rap might be like, I don't want to just listen to that all the time.
Would you say Gunna's melodic?
He says, I made millions off melodic in one of his songs.
That's a bar.
100%.
That's a bar.
So I do agree.
I mean, it is. It's definitely my style of music.
But again, that is what I like. And I think that, again, Future and Gunna were beefing a little bit. And I'm not even going to lie. Future is one of the GOATs of hip-hop, no doubt. But in 2024, if Future and Gunna drop, I'm listening to Gunna over Future. And maybe I'm crazy for that, but that's how I feel.
Did you even listen to the Future project?
I didn't even listen to it
Never
yet.
even listened to it.
But we will get to that eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I
want to digest Gunna. That's the thing. When all these artists drop at once, I don't want to just listen to everyone's at once. I'm going to take my time. Now, if I would have listened to Gunna's and it would have been completely whack, I would have went straight to Future's. But because Gunna dropped 20 good songs, I wanted to sit there and digest it. And that's a lot. Like, I listened to it 4 times, and every time I'm like, damn, I found a new song I liked that I didn't even hear before.
I don't understand why, or maybe it's going to start happening more, bigger artists aren't dropping music videos with certain songs when the album drops.
No, they do. Most artists do. And again, I bet if I look it up right now, I bet you Gunna dropped an album with this. Or, I'm sorry, music video with this. So
he literally just dropped
so
it
we
right
were
before.
as we were talking about this, and again, this is going to come on a day later, but as we were talking about this, he just dropped WhatsApp 3 hours ago, and literally that was one of the couple songs that I just named that you can kind of tell. Listen, Gunna didn't pick this lineup of how these songs went. I'm telling you right now. There's someone on the A&R team. That's how all these artists are.
I mean, there's very few artists that are actually picking the design of the album.
Because
very few.
And again, Gunna might have the say to be like, I want these songs on the album.
Yeah.
He might have that say, but they're going to go, all right, well, we're doing it this way, this way, this way. And again, I think that's being like a little nitpicky. Again, only certain artists are even going to care about that. But you can tell the first songs are going to be the most listened to. So they want those to be the more mainstreamy hits. The ones on the back end are naturally going to get less, because if you're just a casual fan, you're probably not going to listen to 20.
Yeah, it's the deep fans. But I've always thought, like, the last 4 or 5 songs on the project matter the most.
Yeah.
Because it's the
What
music
the artist
head people.
wants.
It's the music head people that are actually diving into your music to love it or hate it, to talk about it on a podcast or a radio. And then you have your real fans that you're essentially trying to win them over, because the last 5 songs, specifically once you get down to like 2 or 3, you're essentially trying to win them over for your next project that you drop. It's a carryover.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you need something that sticks with people that they can remember. Like I said, if you can't recite the first part of the song or like the hook of the song, it's just never going to be anything.
Agreed. But if you made it this far, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll be back soon.
Cheers.
I got a fight for my bros, I gotta stack out this gold. I tell you I'm on the road, about to get all this dough. Me and no fuck niggas know, I swear to God we the ghosts. This ain't the story they told, man, if you know then you know. I never had to tell my dogs that we on rough for greatness. They paper getters, they want money more than they want fake shit.